cookies, bagels, pizza. Oh my, we are celebrating carbs today.
I like it.
How about a loaded, cheesy potato casserole?
This is all the things that you want to be eating.
It is so delectable.
This dish makes me blush.
And
It's a carb crawl, people.
from a decadent cookie
Oh, it's the perfect bite.
to a tie-dye pizza,
So good.
Fabulous.
how you can create carb magic at home. That's next.
Let's dish. The kitchen has always been the center of my world because life is more delicious when it's full of food and fun.
Everybody knows me as a culinary expert and food judge on television, but also I'm a mom trying to get dinner on the table.
From Hollywood to home, I bring Southern sweet and Caribbean heat, and I'm not afraid to stir the pot.
Good food, good friends, good dish.
Show them, girl.
Oh, wait, we're just dancing. What? How did I carry that? I don't even.
Hello. Hello.
All right.
Where am I going, Phyllis?
I don't know. I'm going to stay right here.
That one.
This is what happens.
You stay here. Go somewhere
This is
else.
what happened when we get carbs. I swear, this is what happens. Okay.
Welcome to the Good Dish. We have bagels, we have pizza, and we have cookies. Why? Because we are celebrating carbs today. We're deep diving into all the chewy, the fluffy, the crunchy foods we love to indulge in most.
I mean, I just love a bagel.
You got a bagel, baby. Look at that. You just
got a dozen.
Hello. I mean, why do
It's
we
a litter.
Like, why do we heart carbs so much? Like, they're satisfying, they're fun, they make you feel good.
Smell good.
They smell good too.
Because every meal of the day is the perfect opportunity to just enjoy them, whether it's bread or pastry or pizza. I mean, it's all. It is all of my favorite foods.
I agree. I mean, look, the reality is obviously there are lots of indulgent, delightful forms of carbs that we do crave and think about in our dreams. They also are good for us in, the less refined form. They fuel your workouts, or they fuel your desire to work out anyway, so that you can eat more of them. I'm in for all of these. This is my kind of show. We are just deep diving on like some pretty indulgent, feisty carbs you've never tasted before. Just
Okay,
putting that out
well,
there.
you said all the things that really sum up our first recipe of the day. It is indulgent, it is feisty, it has some major carb action. So I'm going to show you how to make it, and
I like what I'm
think
seeing.
you will really enjoy it. This is sort of a play on what we could call a cheesy loaded casserole, but really it hails from France. It's called a tartiflette, which is actually really fun to say. It's from Savoy in the Alps. It is the most decadent, coziest comfort food you can imagine.
I love traveling with you, Gail.
Yeah, thank you. Well, here we are in the Alps, and we are going to make something that you can really make at home with very simple ingredients, and it does not disappoint on the carb front. So I've started with two things. First, I have peeled and parboiled russet potatoes. They have a very thin skin, and they're perfect for this recipe. Once they're peeled, I'm going to cool them so that you can handle them. And Jamaica, you can just slice them into sort of half-inch slices crosswise, exactly, just like that, like I have here. I rendered some bacon. I cooked some chopped up bacon, set it aside, but kept the bacon fat in the pan, which, is making the whole room smell incredible. I have, about 2 tablespoons of fat at the bottom of my pan. And to it, I'm gonna add some shallots. You can hear them start to sizzle immediately in that beautiful bacon grease. And a little bit of garlic, some chopped thyme, and a little bit of nutmeg. I'm not a huge nutmeg fan, but it does add such a great layer to this. It really adds that warmth and complexity. And I'm gonna give that a light cook. You don't wanna burn the garlic. You don't wanna be having it on super high heat here. Just kind of sweat all the flavors out together. Put a little pepper in here. And then I'm going to deglaze with just a little white wine to get all those beautiful brown bits right up.
down there.
Just give that a stir. You can smell it. You're going to burn off all the alcohol so that you just are left with that gorgeous wine flavor. And then I'm going to start layering it into my casserole dish. So we have these potatoes that you beautifully sliced. Thank you very much, Jamaica.
No problem.
And I lay them out in the bottom layer of my pan. You can see that they are flat in one layer. They fit really nicely. You can kind of figure out the puzzle of it. And then to that, I'm going to add about half of this beautiful oniony, bacony mixture.
Spread it
Thank
around.
you. Spread that around.
Okay.
I'm gonna now add half of the bacon crumbles.
Oh, yes.
Right here. See, this is all the things that you want to be eating. And then I'm going to take another layer, and if you want to help me, Jamaica, just
Of course. Just
lay
another
out.
single layer on top. Okay.
Exactly. Single layer on top. You know, sort of like a potato lasagna. But not. I mean, the French would kill me for saying that, I think. But you know what? We are making
on
it
the
our
edge.
own.
There we go.
We are paying respect, but we are making it our own. That's perfect, exactly. And then another layer with the rest of this gorgeous onion mixture that smells so good. Onion and wine and garlic.
And I have a whole wheel of brie for you, Gail. What
You
am I
sure
doing
do.
with
This is when things get really crazy, I'm gonna tell you. Every recipe I've seen for tartaflette says you take an entire wheel, that's sort of like part of the lore of this recipe, an entire wheel of camembert.
Whoa.
So buy the whole thing, and that's exactly, look at that. You take the whole
Wow.
thing.
What thing you're gonna put on? Oh,
Well, it serves
wow.
at least 3. No, I'm kidding. It serves a crowd, and it's really just this very like decadent side or you know dip with some more bread. So I'm gonna lay it all out. You know, a good tip here also, if you're buying a whole wheel of camembert, usually you want your cheese to be room temperature when you eat it so that all the flavors come through. But in this case, keep it cold, slice it cold, because once it starts to warm, it becomes too soft to slice.
Yes.
I'm gonna pass, oh wait, sorry, I need to pour the
just
cream.
about to ask.
I'm sorry, I have a little bit of cream.
So we
that
have
I'm,
potatoes bathing in mountains of cheese, mountains of cream, and a shallot butter sauce.
and bacon, actually,
shallot bacon
amazingly,
sauce.
no butter. So you can, it has that going for it. Okay, I poured a little bit of cream just into the bottom as well, and I'm gonna pass it, let me just do a little of this and a little of this.
Because now the cream is going to help everything kind of come together.
That's right.
As the cheese melts, it's going to add that more
Make
creamy.
it saucy and creamy.
Ooh, I like it. I like
Put
it.
that in the oven. It's gonna go into the oven at 475 for 425
So good
for
already.
8 to 10 minutes.
There it is, going in.
And then at the end, you're just gonna turn up your broiler and broil it just to get the top nice and brown. And as I was saying, you want it to slice the cheese when it's cold because it's easier to slice, and then let it do its thing. And it'll get hot and bubbly and
bad
beautiful.
boy. Oh my word.
Gail, what's your middle name?
Margot. Gail Margot Simmons. How could you do such a thing?
I mean, I would like to take credit for it, but I mean, whoever thought of this is a mad genius.
Oh
Right?
my
This is
gosh.
Yep. I mean,
Phenomenal.
it's just, this is really your carb dreams come true. And I actually can't even believe I'm going to tell you this, but it really is the perfect thing with like some crusty bread, because that's what it needs.
Oh, there's
but
more.
wouldn't it be good? Because it is sort of like a dip. Thank you so much.
100%.
Oh, wait,
There
ours
you
over
go.
here has a little thyme. Finish yours with that fresh
Oh,
thyme.
yes, I have some
because
fresh thyme to put over
It
it.
just adds another layer,
got
that
some.
earthiness
Yes.
with that camembert.
That's right.
And I mean, I saw how it was made. I don't even care that it has the bacon fat and the heavy cream because it is so delectable and delightful.
Camembert is very
Okay.
special. I mean, you can use other cheeses too.
The creaminess that comes through with
Does
that.
the trick.
It's just scented through. It's pure heaven. This dish makes me blush. I can't believe this just happened. Okay, you can find the entire recipe on gooddishtv.com. Coming up, cookies, bagels, pizza, oh my travels through NYC to learn to make these amazing carb meals when we return.
Like something you saw on the show today? We're dishing all the details on the good list. All the recipes, important tips, and tricks, all in one place. So stay tuned until the end of the show when we'll share the good list QR code. You can scan to send it all right to your phone.
Welcome back to The Good Dish. I want to take you on an adventure with me to some of my favorite places to indulge in gooey, cheesy pizza, warm and chewy bagels, and what I think is the most awe-inspiring cookie maybe ever. It's a Carb Insider's Crawl of New York City. Take a look.
They say I heart New York, and I do, but they should also say New York hearts carbs. The city is filled with tons of hidden gems and places only insiders know. And they're not just here. You have to spread out. You have to know where to look. Today, I am taking you uptown, downtown, and all around, giving you a taste of the best pizza, bagels, and cookies New York has to offer that only the insiders know about. It's a carb crawl, people. Let's go. I think it's fair to say New York is the bagel capital of the world, and Utopia Bagels here in Queens is one of the reasons why. From sunup to sundown, the ovens here are fired up, churning out around 70,000 bagels a week. I've come for a hot, fresh one, and in hopes of discovering the secret to the perfect bagel. Scott Spellman is a co-owner at Utopia, where they have been making bagels for over 40 years. So I am on a hunt today, Scott. I gotta know, what is the secret to the perfect New York bagel? Is it really just the water?
Well, water is a little part of it. But there's a lot of bagel stores in New York here that have the same exact New York water as we do, and they don't make the same bagel.
So if it's not just the water, what's the magic spell? What are you doing here at Utopia?
Well, at Utopia, we handcraft our bagels. It's our experience and our technique that make us have a great bagel.
Sorry, well, I'm wearing the shirt. I came to work.
Yes.
Show me the magic. There's bagels everywhere. This is all flour just for bagels.
Flour. And this is only one shipment.
I have eaten a lot of bagels in my life. That is a lot of dough.
It's about 200 pounds of dough, and it will produce about 1,000 bagels.
What else is going on in here? What can you tell me, the secrets?
Well, a little secret is in the proofing. That's the rising of the dough.
Sure.
There's several factors that go in, like heat and humidity.
Patience.
Patience,
You
of
seem
course.
like a patient guy. Yes.
But some of the special ingredients in here is a liquid malt.
Can I taste it?
Absolutely.
Thank you. So it's an alternate to brown sugar.
Yes.
There's like a slight bitterness to it, almost like honey and molasses together.
Yes, absolutely.
Delicious. How long is this gonna mix for?
This is gonna mix for about 20, 25 minutes. After it comes out of here, the rollers will put it on their tables. You'll see there's a little covering which goes for about another 2 to 3 minutes. That's where some of the proofing takes effect.
The next step is rolling the bagels.
Okay, so let me get this straight. Every single one of these thousands and thousands of bagels is rolled by hand?
It's what keeps that inner dough soft when we bake it.
And I assume, but tell me, is there an art to the rolling of the bagel?
Absolutely. Let me introduce you to one of my artists. This is Rafi. He's my Michael Jordan.
Hello. He's your Michael Jordan?
He's my Michael Jordan.
I love it.
And so I got my first lesson in bagel rolling.
You take it, go around your hands, cut it, squeeze it, and boom.
Okay, so we roll it so it gets nice and thin. It is in the wrist. His wrist flick is serious. Okay, so I grab it at the end.
At the end, go around your hands,
Okay,
cut it, squeeze it,
okay.
boom.
How do you make it move?
One shot.
Oh. Look, that's a cute bagel. Come on, that is a really cute looking bagel.
The rolled bagels are then refrigerated 24 hours and boiled. On go the seasonings, and then it's into the oven.
Now this is my Middleby Marshall
bagels
oven,
coming through.
1947. It's the heart and soul of my business.
And how long are we cooking these bagels for?
There's no science to how long. It's really when it's ready. So over here, if you touch these, you could see that and feel that nice, crisp crust.
Yep.
That means
Oh.
they're ready to go.
And where do they go?
And right behind you, over here, we'll do it together. And bam, there they go.
Yes! Wow. Look at that steam.
I think we should take a bite.
Let's do it.
Perfection.
You should do this professionally. Damn, that is a good bagel. But we're not done. The carb crawl continues. You don't have to look hard to find delicious pizza in New York, but I have become obsessed with this pie people are raving about on TikTok. It's made at Ruby Rosa in Little Italy, and it's called the tie-dye.
They start by laying out the mozzarella cheese. Then on goes the vodka sauce, the red sauce, and grated pecorino cheese. Next, it's into the oven. 10 minutes later, the pizza comes out, gets sliced, and is adorned with an amazing pesto swirl. I can't wait to taste it.
I I just ate it all over again. It was so good.
Wow.
We are here tasting, of course, the tie-dye pizza. And if you are local to New York, Ruby Rosa is a must. What do you guys think?
Oh, wow.
There's like 17 factors that make this amazing pizza. The pesto is definitely, though, the cherry on top, the proverbial cherry on top.
Well, I'm glad you
The cheese, it's everything.
recognize the power of the sauce, the cheese, and that pesto, because no matter where you live, we want to share this deliciousness with you. So we brought in Scott Wiener, founder of Scott's Pizza Tours. The man is wearing pizza shoes. Wait, let's move this way.
It's true.
They got to see the commitment to your craft.
Come on. What do you think I'm not going to wear? And pizza sauce.
Oh my gosh, amazing.
Oh my God, amazing.
Come on.
And Scott wants to share it with us how we can jazz up your pizza at home, giving it that Ruby Rosa treatment. You can do this with homemade pizza, frozen pizza, delivery pizza, whatever, leftover pizza, whatever you want. Okay, so Scott, what can you tell us about that pesto and the cheese sauce layering going on at Ruby Rosa that makes this pizza so electric?
Yeah, this is an amazing pizza and easy enough to deal with at home, but what's so important is what you just saw, like that layering of starting with the fresh mozzarella and then doing sauce on top of that. Unlike most pizza, which is sauce and then cheese. This way the sauce will protect the cheese, it won't burn in your home oven. Really great to do. And then hitting it with the pesto post-bake.
Post-bake, so it stays fresh.
Fresh, and you don't lose all the oil all over the pie. And if you pesto it and then slice it, you get that tie-dye look. If you start from the center and slice out.
Yes, very Grateful Dead.
Yes.
Love it.
It is.
About the vodka sauce, because I think that sort of makes
A little
it.
sweet, a little creamy, a little sweet.
And not everybody knows vodka sauce. I'm shocked by this.
Well, we will rectify that. But for today, we are going to show you how to make a really easy pesto at home. This is a very basic, classic recipe, and it goes beautifully on this pizza. But you can also use it, once you make it, you'll put it on your spaghetti. You know, I love a pasta pesto. Ooh, still so good. You want to help me with this?
Yeah, let's
All
do
right,
it.
good
This
stuff.
is a basil pesto.
Basil
so that's our
pesto.
base, because a pesto is any paste, right? But we start with pesto.
Of course.
And we start with basil.
Very good. A lot of basil.
Definitely. It's all gonna be chopped down.
Yes.
It's gonna be basil. It's gonna be olive oil. Extra virgin olive oil. Only use fresh olive
Do you
oil.
care? Okay. Do you care about the process here? Because when I do this at home, I do the pine nuts in with the basil and the garlic, and pulse that up, and then drizzle the olive oil in. Do you care?
That works great. Now that works great because then when the oil goes in like halfway through the pulsing,
Yes.
then it all pulls together. Oh,
Let's pulse it up a little
when
bit.
you're doing it at home, do you toast your pine nuts?
Oh yeah, got to. Got a little toast going on there.
Always next level. Always next level. And I think people forget that like with a pesto, there's no rules.
Oh.
You can throw chili flakes in there. You can throw extra pepper, extra salt.
I love that. There
Whatever.
should be, as there with most delicious food, there are much fewer rules than you think. It's
Yeah.
just what you love and how it tastes good to you. I'm adding in some Parmesan cheese, of course, and a little bit of salt, but we do have that Parmesan cheese already giving us that
I
slight
love it. The
salinity.
flaky salt, so you get some crunch.
Just pulsing in that cheese.
She knows what she's doing with the pulser right here. Look at this.
And I like to leave it a little chunky like that. Are you okay? A little
I love
textural?
it. Now with the chunky, then you might have to spoon it onto the pie. If people want to use something like the bottle,
Yes.
then you want it more fine. But you know what? It's your pizza. You do what you want to do.
You know what? You're so right. You could just dollop this sauce right on top. But if
Yeah,
I went and took
smack
it a
it.
little thinner, and you can add a little water if you need to, or more olive oil, show us the magic. You can
Oh,
put it in a squeeze
love to
bottle,
do it.
and then what happens?
And then you always do it with the spiral. It's
Okay.
a tie-dye, right?
Okay.
Not the zigzag.
No.
It's not the tie-dye. Starting in the center, spiraling it outwards. There you go, right? Oh,
So good.
oh.
Yes.
Look at this.
Fabulous.
Wait, I missed the spot.
Oh no, connect the dots.
Nobody has to know. It's not like it's on TV.
Do you have the best job ever? That is
I
my
have
question.
the #1 best job ever. Eating pizza and teaching people about pizza. Come on.
Fabulous. Well, can we take a taste?
Yeah, please.
Let's
go.
do it. Let's get in here.
I haven't had a slice in like an hour.
Life.
Oh. Perfect.
Phenomenal. All right, guys. I'm very busy, but my carb tour is not over. I'm hitting one of the sweetest spots in Manhattan for one of my favorite ooey gooey cookies. Coming up next.
Welcome back to The Good Dish. We are all about carbs today, and Daphne is taking us on a carb tour of New York. Lucky duck over here. And I'm excited to see where she is taking us next.
Oh, it's pretty sweet. Take a look. Is it possible to have a crush on a cookie? I'm gonna let you decide. I'm here at Levain Bakery on 74th Street in Manhattan. The heavenly scent of freshly baked cookies has been wafting through this establishment since 1995, when co-owners Pam Weeks and Connie McDonald created Levain Bakery. Over the years, this bakery and these cookies have established an international reputation as a must-visit New York destination. There is something truly magical about this cookie. First of all, look at the size. Look at the shape. Look at this golden brown, crunchy, crispy exterior and this chewy, molten interior. Oh, it's the perfect bite. Let's go back and find out how they make them. Pam, these have been called the best cookies in New York City, the best cookies in the country, the best cookies in the world. I feel like I wouldn't disagree. They are truly phenomenal. What's the magic going on in this to nail that perfect combination?
Well, I think that we put a lot of love and care into everything we do, and we try to use the best possible ingredients that we can do, and we've got our secret recipe.
Secret recipe. Well, whatever's happening in the secret recipe, it gets you that crispy exterior where there's a melting, gooey, chewy interior. And I have to say, it is one of the most spectacular things to sink your teeth into. If there was a trick you had to share with cooks at home who wanted to nail that combination, what would it be?
I think I would say use the best possible ingredients that you can. Start with cold butter and take your time.
Can I ask you though, when you first created this now iconic cookie, did you set out and say, let's just make a huge cookie, that'll draw them in? Like, how did you come up, because it's what does it weigh? How much?
6 ounces, almost half a pound.
Half a pound cookie. How did you come up with that, and how did you know you had a hit on your hands?
Well, actually, Connie and I started making these when we were training for an Ironman triathlon, and we were hungry all of the time, and we wanted something satisfying, and a big cookie really lends itself to that. It also makes everybody happy because you've got a little bit of crispy, crunchy outside, and then you've got the ooey gooey inside, so if you're a fan of one and not the other, you can get the part that you like.
Very good, I like it. Okay, well, can I make some with you?
I would love to. It's good to crack them like we're doing into this rather than directly into your mixer, because if you get any shell in, it's a lot easier to get out.
I feel these are pretty cold. Is that, you don't care about them being room temperature?
No, again.
This is great.
Yeah, it's
honestly,
okay.
They try to complicate these recipes, make it sound like you gotta be, you know, so precise.
That we've always tried to keep things as simple as possible here because it's easier to maintain quality. So you can see it's coming together. Creamy butter and sugar isn't as crucial in cookies as it is in a cake, perhaps.
So take a peek in so you can see what the consistency looks like. Nice and smooth. Whee! Everybody in the pool. In the home recipes, they tell you crack an egg, beat 15 seconds, crack an egg, beat. And do you think there's any logic to that?
I think it's just trying to slow you down to put them in one at a time, probably.
Okay, so flour, salt, baking powder.
I'm not going to tell you everything that's in there.
She's not telling us. Okay, there you go. Well, dry mix. Here we go.
Mix. We're going to put some walnuts in.
Yum. Oh, God, not just some. This is a big serving of walnuts.
We
I
like
love
walnuts
that.
in our cookies.
We love it. And we are not stingy on the chocolate chips either. This is a lot of chocolate
you know,
chips.
cookies should have a lot of, we call them crunchies. Like, you want to have a lot of crunchies. Like, yum. So, do you like to eat cookie dough?
You better freaking believe I came here to eat some cookie dough. You know, I just call me Demi Moore in Ghost. Baking is playing with your hands. It's so rewarding. This is the best part. You also create all these little craggy bits that are what make that golden brown texture, that are what give you that wonderfully satisfying bite.
Okay.
Oh, 5.6.
Getting there, right? Okay, you ready?
You got it.
Slide it in.
Lovely. They're ready. Guys, the smell in here right now is beyond. I would wear this as perfume. It is so like vanilla caramel heaven, heaven, heaven. I gotta be quiet so I can taste one of these gorgeous. Which one do I choose? This one. This one. Okay. Yes. I picked a good one.
Yum.
Oh, okay. Okay, the moment of truth. We've made the dough. We tasted the dough. Now we're gonna taste the cookie. My silence is always a good thing. I'm savoring this perfect bite of cookie. I don't know if the mic is picking it up. It is so crisp here on these edges. When you bite into it, it's so satisfying because then you get to that fudgy, soft center. Yeah. Everything about this is perfect. You deserve all the awards and the high praise that you've received. Thank you for sharing your cookie love with me. Thank you so much for making cookies with me. So, ladies.
Whoa. I mean, as I was watching, I couldn't help nibbling because I have no self-control when it comes to chocolate chip cookies. I mean, they're a classic. I've known about them. I've had them many times, but seeing the dedication and the passion, the precision of making that cookie, I mean, keep going.
No, don't mind me.
Let's go into the trunk.
This going in my purse. Y'all keep talking.
subtle,
One
so
more.
subtle.
Don't worry about me.
I feel like, we know how to make a good cookie on this
Yes,
show.
we do.
But I want to know what else you learned there because I feel like she's just like a wealth of knowledge.
She's a wealth of knowledge, and these cookies have been just like the most fabulous cookie in New York for such a long time. She's sold so many of them, and it honestly, it's for good reason that she's not given up any of her, specific secrets of the actual batter itself. But I will tell you what I learned that I'm taking away from my home cookie baking is that the dough drag. You guys saw me like playing with the dough in the field piece. I'm just gonna put it out there right now. That dough was made for us in our shoot. No customers are eating that dough. Please don't come at me about it. But they would use gloves, obviously. But I think that when you do it with your hands, you're dragging up the shards of dough, so you get these crackly, kind of uneven
As opposed to like
surfaces.
using a ice cream scoop or something.
Yeah.
Exactly, and that I think is a big part of nailing that textural component on the top of the cookie. Another really important tip that she did share is that while most people kind of learn to make cookies with softened or melted butter, Livette actually uses cold, hard butter to make these cookies, sort of like you do when you're making a pie crust. I thought that was super interesting because the cold butter does cut into the dough differently. It cuts in sort of in that shard way, and you beat it long enough to have the sugars really emulsify into that batter, and this creates those rich layers of flakiness inside the cookie, that crunchy exterior, and then and the water that's releasing from the butter as it's steaming does help with the lift, and because you're using cold ingredients, when you put this huge mound of dough onto your tray to bake it off in the oven, you maintain a golden crisp exterior and a fudgy interior. So those are all the sleuthing tips I could get for you guys.
That's a lot. That's a lot. That is cookie chemistry.
Yes.
And I feel like we are coming away with a degree. So thank you. That was a worthwhile trek.
It was so fun. I had the best time. Honestly, I rolled on home that day so happy as a clam.
Well,
I'm like we will do today.
I might get stuck in traffic later. I need a little snack in the car.
Oh, perfect. Okay, we're going to enjoy these cookies, but coming up next, if you love the carbs but not as crazy about the calories, we have some swaps for you.
Welcome back to The Good Dish. All show long, we've been talking about yummy, chewy, carbolicious foods, and there is a place for those. But there are other times you might want to cut carbs while still enjoying all that goodness. A slew of new products claim to be able to do just that. So today we are trying them out to see if the low-carb version is worth the swap. Jamaica is up first. What do you have down there?
Well, I have here some cauliflower gnocchi substituted for a regular potato gnocchi. Of course, it looks the same.
It does.
So, and you just saute it up the same way. And it's also a full vegetable serving, okay? So, let's see. Tastes like it, feels like it. Okay. I will say, this is definitely worth the swap because I have so many vegetables in there. I feel like I'm getting more bang for my bite. However, it is a little bit more gummy, a little more sticky on the inside than traditional gnocchi. All right, Gail, what do you have?
All right, I have seeded crackers.
Okay.
Now, regular crackers have many more carbs. A seeded cracker can be as low as 2 net carbs. So it does make a difference. You can snack on them more. They definitely are a little healthier for you. Plus, of course, they have got all of those great seeds in them, which are very nutrient rich. Let's see if it's worth the swap.
So these are grain-free. These are grain-free crackers loaded up with seeds and cheese. Honestly, a carrier for any cheese I am down for. That's
Agreed. I mean, I will say, full disclosure, we buy these crackers a lot in my house. Not necessarily because we're looking for a low-carb option, but because I genuinely like them. My kids like them, my husband likes them. They're a snack, they're great with cheese, we eat them all the time. So yes, these are definitely worth the swap. I'm not saying I don't like a regular cracker too, but I would swap to these for sure.
All right. Delightful.
Very satisfying.
Very, I know, I
Crunchy,
love that
toasty.
crunch. So guys, I have an egg sandwich wrap. These bad boys are dairy-free, they're grain-free. Many are 0 carbs, and I obviously love bread, but you're not getting a slice of bread or a tortilla wrap for 0 carbs. I am really interested in trying this. I've got a nice turkey cheese in my egg wrap with some lettuce.
It's just a thin layer of egg? Is that what's happening?
I think it's just literally like a thin layer
like a
of
crepe.
Basically.
Almost.
I kind of love this because there's so little getting in the way of what's delicious in the sandwich, which is all the good stuff inside. And I'll save my bread for dunking into that amazing potato mixture that you made earlier. All right, up next, we are helping you recover from any beauty blunders you might have made without having to wash your face and start all over. Cool. Shh, secrets out. We're obsessed with hair, skin, and beauty hacks. We put them to the test, and now we're sharing what really works in the Good Dish Beauty Lab. Starting in 3, 2, 1. We are back bringing you the best ways to undo your makeup mistakes without having to wash your face and completely start over. Let's get started. These are some classic things that happen when you wear makeup. Melissa is here showing us a beauty blender she says she makes all the time. Cakey foundation.
It's the worst.
It's just, it's just when you're layering on the foundation with the powder on top, your skin gets dried out. It does happen to me all the time, honestly, especially with TV makeup. And I'm excited to show you what I do. What do you normally do when your makeup is getting a little cakey?
I just throw the whole face away.
No,
Yes.
seriously.
You have your serums and your moisturizer, you did your whole face, and then it's cakey.
Okay, well, we're not gonna have that happen anymore. So here is, I purposely left my under eye especially, it gets so dry under here, and I wanna show you what I do when my face is feeling a little dry and heavy, and I wanna refresh the makeup and not have to take it all off and start again. Here's what I do. I take some rose water and I give my face a little spritz. I have some for you too, we're gonna do it together. Your hair, I feel like, is already pulled back from your face. I gotta do this, it's good, perfect. Give yourself a nice little spritz just to re-wet the foundation, anything you might have on your skin.
Okay.
And then I take a sponge that I just get a little damp under warm water, and just you want to wring it out so it's nice and just not going to drip water on you. Yeah. And you just sort of use it to press against your foundation and press that sort of hydration from the rose water into your skin. And then here's my one other little thing. This is a face balm. If you guys, they sell a variety of different brands of this, but it's really just sort of a thick, waxy kind of, it almost looks like a polish like so, but it's really emollient, very hydrating to the skin. And my thing is this, I think the T-zone of the face has to be pretty matte because that look, in my mind, it reduces the amount of under eye bags, it gets rid of the shadows, it reflects the light the best for me. But I want my cheek area to be dewy and hydrated because that's what looks youthful. So you just press this over the high points of your cheeks. Can you see the glow that happens?
Oh, wow.
Right, just to hydrate your cheek. I want to put it on you, but I really do. I'm like, I just want to play. This is
good.
But it just adding that little highlight to your cheek, it immediately rejuvenates and youthifies. And honestly, your uplighting from the mirror is really helping me. Thank you so much. Very good.
You're welcome.
Do you like the tip? Are you going to try
I do.
it?
I'm definitely going to do this. It saves so much time.
Oh, please don't wash your face up. I'm going to save you at least 20 minutes of your life back again.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Amazing. Okay, so we've now fixed any sort of cakey foundation that might be happening. Olivia is here to chat about one of my other pet peeves. It's a beauty blender that is smudged mascara on the lid or under the lash line. This happens to me all the time if I blink when my mascara hasn't dried yet, or if it gets flaky after the end of a long day. How frustrating is this, and what do you do when it happens to you?
I cry.
Oh no, it makes it worse.
Then you've got the whole bride thing going on. No, I always do the mascara at the very end. Actually, I usually leave it like on the subway or something like that. And now I undo all the under eye stuff and same thing.
And you don't want to drag on your very delicate eye skin. This is how we have to be very gentle with our eye area. So we don't want to start from scratch. This is what I like to do. I take a cotton swab, which I have to say is one of the greatest tools in my beauty arsenal. And I just dip it in a little bit of micellar water, and that is here. Micellar water is a purified water that's very hydrating because it actually has suspended tiny little molecules of oil in it. So it's very hydrating, and it's really gonna help us be sort of like a magic eraser. So you have just a little under your eyes. Go ahead and run it sort of just along gently just to pull up any of the mascara that might have fallen beneath your eye. Beautiful. Let's see the other side. Very good. And that oil is helping to quickly just sweep up any of that mascara that might have fallen underneath without removing the entire face. And it's hydrating your eye while it works. Looks great. No crying left, no tears required. I think I'm actually okay over here. Okay, well maybe just a little, just under here. Now here's one other trick. If you feel like you put your mascara on maybe in a rush like you described on the subway, or it's dry, it's at the end of the day and you want to put another fresh coat on to make your lashes pump up a little bit for when you're heading out, here's my trick. I take a clean spoolie, another thing that you can get literally on Amazon in bulk, just so you have these ready to go to fluff up your brows, whatever you might need to do. I put some hot water on your clean spoolie, and then you just run it along your lashes, and the water rehydrates the mascara so that it separates the lashes if they've clumped, and on top of the now hydrated mascara, you can apply another layer, really bulk it up without creating a dry, flaky look.
That's so cool.
I'm giving you guys all my tips. All right. Well, I hope you'll use this tip and enjoy. No more tears, no more cleaning your face in the middle of the day. We're not done yet. The carbs are back, and we are sharing our absolute favorites up next.
Welcome back. Today is a celebration of carbs, and we have them all out because, yes, we are still munching on them. Now, I've got to share with you guys the best carb that I've ever eaten, okay? It's these pancakes out in Vegas, or rather, it was rather one giant pancake. It wasn't a stack. It's a massive pancake at this restaurant. And what they do, they sear fresh apples on the griddle, and then with some butter, cinnamon, and sugar, and then flip the pancake, the batter into the apples itself. So it's literally like an apple pie with a giant pancake.
I like the syrup for scale in that picture.
I mean, it was literally there for decoration because I don't even think I got to it. I couldn't even find it on the plate. But let me tell you something. If you think you're gonna eat a pancake that size in Vegas and think you're gonna party afterwards, it's not happening. I literally took like a 5-hour nap after. I missed half the trip.
No.
I mean, it was a great carb. I was like, oh, it was amazing. And I was like, wait, what happened? I missed it. I slept like a baby, but it was the best thing.
But worth it.
So worth it, so worth it.
I mean, the best carb I ever ate is like such a loaded question. I feel like every day I want to conquer that task. But I recently had this maple cruller from a bakery in Brooklyn called Evie's. And I got it with my children. First of all, it was so also large, but I'm making it look a little larger in the picture. Crusted in the most delicious mapley glaze. And you know, the thing about a cruller, right, first of all, I have to ask a question. Is it cruller? Is it cruller?
I was just gonna ask you.
I grew up saying cruller, I think, and I always spelled it U-E-L-L-E-R.
Yes.
But here, maybe people...
I say cruller.
Cruller.
Yes.
Well, the way that they spell it here, it would be cruller, but I grew up saying cruller too.
You did. That is very validating, Daphne. Because I feel like I might have thought I'd been saying it wrong the whole time. So if you have an opinion, anyone out there in TV land, please let us know. But I do think that, like, you know, it has a German, Austrian origin. It means twisted bread, I think. So you can, that twist really makes, it's not like, it is not just a donut, right?
No.
The crisp, twisted,
so much more surface
beautiful
area for the glaze.
For that glaze, that maple glaze, and like true to brand, my Canadian self could not resist. It was amazing.
That's a good one. I want to taste of both of your favorite carbs ever. They both look so delicious. And I like that you each went sweet because my best carb I ever ate in the world was savory. It is this squash blossom spaghetti with clams. Can I just tell you?
Your face says it all.
If you know anything about me, you know is that I aspire to be a mermaid. This was the most mermaidish dish I've ever eaten in my life. The pasta was so al dente, the briny, tiny clams burst their little brine into the sauce. It was like this beautiful just lacquer of olive oil and garlic and a little chili flake. And then the squash blossoms were what made it so unique to me. They plucked those zucchini blossoms and minced them up into that garlic olive oil sauce. It was fantastic.
Okay. Die happy. That is beautiful.
Well, we just need like a 3-course meal. That's what we have: breakfast, we have dinner, and we have dessert. Fabulous. All right, you guys. Up next, it is time for the Good List Carbs Edition. A mermaid. I'll tell you. I can't wait to see that. It is time for the Good List, and I love that we got to celebrate carbs and also tried some lower carb options this hour because there is room for both. It is all about finding that balance. And honestly, it's about finding that balance so that when you have a carb that is totally worth going all in on, you can do it. So good.
Very well put, Daphne. All right, so now it is time for the Good List. You see that QR code on your screen? I want you to open your camera app and hold your phone right up to it, and it'll take you to the recipes and so much more from today's show. And of course, you can always head over to gooddishtv.com to get it all. And that includes what's for dinner tonight. Oh, you know it. It is loaded, cheesy potato bacon casserole. This is the new side dish. It is the gift that keeps on giving. You got to do it.
Gosh.
Got to do it. Good stuff.
I'll do it. Pass the cheesy loaded casserole. Thank you. We will see you next time for more good food and lots more good dish.
Bye, guys.
There you go.